Okay. So Pachamama said I should go to the bathroom. I said, okay. I got up and went to the bathroom. I took my bucket, which I had become accustomed to not taking because I had not vomited yet. And my hair was down, and I didn't have my hair tie either. I sat on the toilet and I pooped, and then felt the sensation of needing to vomit. So I grabbed my bucket and I started to puke. Now, puke, it wasn't like I was like, blah. It was like, bleh. Just a little. So now I'm sitting there and I'm puking and I'm pooping, and one is triggering the other, and I couldn't make them stop. Pachamama said, and then so, remember she's in my voice, so then Pachamama said, "Where's your hair tie now, bitch?" And I was like, okay, you got me. I was cocky. I got too cocky. The third time that I vomited into the bucket, I looked at it, and it was a dark substance. And I was like, what is that? Is this my juice from today? So I looked at the bucket, and I asked, what are you? Because they tell you to ask what it is because it could be some trauma that's coming up and that you should address that. So I asked what it was because I remembered we were supposed to do that when we throw up. Pachamama responded, "That's ayahuasca, dummy. I told you, 1 cup." And then I realized, oh my God, she's right. I didn't listen. She didn't stop me. She let me go and make my own mistake, and I learned my lesson and paid the consequences. So the lesson was just to trust. And from that, I gained the trust that I just need to listen to my inner voice, listen to myself, listen to my gut, listen to my higher self, listen to Pachamama. She said she would never leave me. She's always with me. I believe that, and I'm excited about that. I'm happy about that. So then I stopped vomiting. I cleaned myself off. I cleaned myself up, went back to the mattress, and laid there. My stomach was a little woozy, but I breathed through it. And she said, "There's more in there. Would you like to get it out?" And I said, "No, it could stay. I don't want to vomit. Let's just breathe through this and let me sleep." She did, and eventually people started to calm down and the ceremony ended. People gathered to share their stories, but I stayed on my mattress and relaxed there until everything was done. My friend came back from the group, and we headed back to the room. We shared our stories, and she told me of an epiphany she had, and I was very happy for her. She wound up walking back and forth in front of the Maloka for the entire night. She probably walked 13 miles. I don't know. That might be too much, maybe 6, but much of it with no shoes on, so her feet hurt today. And today everyone knows her because everyone knows the woman who walked back and forth in front of the Maloka for hours. We met a gentleman at breakfast who was also walking in front of the Maloka, and he recognized her. And then he said there was another woman wearing a white dress, and she was dancing, and she looked like an angel. I said that was me, and it made me feel good because that was my intention. Well, Pachamama's intention was to give people that vision in the night, in the difficulty, in the hard times, in the confusion, and I was happy that I was able to do that and to share that. It took us a while to calm down after the ceremony, but eventually we got to sleep. We did not go to yoga in the morning. We went to breakfast, dipped in the pool, and went to the spa. I was also able to talk to my boyfriend for another hour this morning, which was lovely. I can't wait to see him. After lunch, I wrote in my journal, and here I am recording part 3 of last night. In a half hour, we have a plant integration class, and then an hour and a half free before ceremony. Tonight is ladies' night. I don't know what that means, but I'm hopeful for all good things. Pachamama said trust, and I trust. So here we go. January 25th, 5:50 p.m. So there's just a few things that I wanted to share that I forgot from last night. First, I had taken some notes right after my first cup because I was trying to be a good student. Pachamama told me that we need to hear the vomiting because we do not hear the suffering of others when we walk by them on the street. She also told me not to test her, so she sent me to the bathroom, but it turned out to be just a fart. LOL. I guess I passed that test. The people tonight are really vomiting hard. At first, it seemed... so I wrote this during the ceremony, on the second night, in the beginning, when I thought, obviously, when I could. At first it seemed to be only women, but then some men started. Last night it seemed more men vomited in the beginning, but at the end seemed all women. Oops, gotta take a shit now. So this reminded me that I spoke to Pachamama about being the light when she was telling me I need to be the light, and it was really very much about the masculine and feminine. She was saying, if you're feminine, you need to lead here because the world is changing over into more feminine, and it's going to be different for the masculines. They've been through a lot, and they need to purge a lot, and you need to help them through that. And then it was funny because she's in my voice, and I go, yeah, it's really rough. I hear them really struggling, and they really need to get a lot out. And she goes, yeah, and these are the enlightened ones. I found that to be quite funny. Also, today at our plant integration ceremony, they talked about how last night was definitely a heavy night, towards the exceptional side, which was good that we got to experience that. So I did have some surgery. Oh, also, I did have some surgery. There's a thing called surgery by aliens, and I did have some of that go on. I think it was down in the nether regions down there. So I'm not sure what that's about, but I'm glad they're fixed me up. Pachamama repeated quite a number of times not to worry. I don't need to write this stuff down because I would not forget last night. I forgot a lot of the visions that I had the night before because they weren't really important. They were really just priming me to see visions, and she said that I will not forget these things because they will change your life. I believe that. Also, I had come to an epiphany this morning. The first mantra we were to question is, please show me who I have become. I thought I didn't really do that. I didn't really become anything, but Pachamama said, no, you are the light, and that's what I was showing you. So that was pretty awesome. Then after I had the epiphany, my friend sent me a message. So I had this epiphany as I was writing things down. And at that same time, right after that, my friend sent me a text message on Instagram that said, you are the light. It was a meme, which I took as confirmation. That was really crazy. And then I heard a message that we are all spokes on a cosmic wheel, and that each of us is an important spoke. And if I don't hold up my part of the experience or my part of my job, then I'm not playing my role as the spoke. But now I'm playing my proper role as the spoke. So that's all right. That's all right. Cool stuff. Okay. So now we'll go back. Those are the dictations that I did after the second night ceremony. So now in the next reading, we'll go to January 26th, which will talk about the third night.